Hi, Pastor Anthony Decker with your hashtag Better Together devotion for today. Of all the family stories within the book of Genesis, the one that is the lengthiest and the most convoluted when it comes to favoritism and jealousy and just evil intent is the story of Joseph and his brothers. Joseph is favored by his father. He's given a coat of many colors. He's favored to the point where he begins having dreams of lording over not just his brothers, but also his father and his mother. This just antagonizes his brothers to the point where they decide to they throw him in a pit one day, and they begin thinking about murdering him and killing him, but instead they sell him into slavery. Now, one of the interesting parts of this story is the redemption arc within it. Because even though his brothers meant harm to Joseph and they caused such heartache to his father and his mother, the redeeming arc of God is at the end of the story where Joseph is beginning. He has been in Pharaoh's favor. He's feeding the nations of the world during a famine, and oh, wouldn't you know it, his brothers and family show up begging for food from the great nation of Egypt. And probably because of the attire and the makeup and the things that Joseph was wearing, they don't recognize Joseph. In fact, they haven't seen him in years, so it's understandable that they don't recognize him. And here he is. He has the power of life and death over those who ruined his life, who separated him from his family, who abandoned him, who did all the things that the Abraham had done, all the things that Adam and Eve had done. All of that favoritism comes to a head in this story, and Joseph can't do revenge. Joseph weeps. He creates a plot. He hides a gold cup inside of their luggage. He has them arrested. He's ready to throw them in jail. He's ready to do to them what they did to him, and he can't, because love wins. Love teaches us to forgive. Love teaches us that we are called to offer second chances, new beginnings. Love teaches us that if we really want relationships to grow, we can't control what the other people are doing, but we can control what we do. And what we do is we don't have favoritism. Instead, we love and we show forgiveness and another chance to someone in the midst of pain and suffering. We take the knife out of our back and we don't stab it in theirs. We end the cycle of violence. We end the cycle of what has been happening in the overarching story of Genesis. And we forgive and we love. This story creates opportunities for Joseph and his family. They begin living in the land of Goshen. They become so blessed and so fruitful that the very people who are hosting them, the Egyptians, wouldn't you know it, get jealous and have favoritism. God is teaching us here in this story to begin with love. When our relationships are broken, when we see children that are broken by families' decisions and favoritisms and poor choices and poor lessons, that we begin with forgiveness, we begin with love, we begin with better together. Amen.